Well, good evening and welcome to the American Sim Racing League. And we got a night of racing for you. How about Atlanta Motor Speedway doubleheader for you tonight right here at the American Sim Racing League with the Elite Series drivers. That's right. We're going to do the 2008 version of Atlanta Motor Speedway first, and we're going to back that up with the 2022 version. Two races, two individual races for you, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. And what a two-show performance it'll be. So, I'm Vern Bradley in the booth for the WFO Racing Network, and you're watching the American Sim Racing League's Elite Series here tonight. It's a beautiful Sunday night, at least where I'm at, and where I'm sitting, because we're going to watch two super exciting races back to back. You can't beat it. Double or nothing right here tonight. Literally. It's good to be back again. It's good to see the viewers starting to come in early. Make sure you get the chat going. Get your favorite driver for driver of the day picked out, and we'll do all that. The broadcast's going on time. You do see a ticker at the top of the screen. Probably going to tell you about qualifying, but I'll do that too. So it's like we got a 10-minute warm-up session right here. And do I got a driver to pull up? Let's see. I think I'll try to find a driver. I looked for him before and I couldn't find him. Tommy the Bootlegger Haynes, you got a copy, buddy?
Got you, Vern.
All right, man. I got you up in a broadcast booth pre-race right here. Doubleheader at Atlanta. So how's that feel for you?
I qualified fourth tonight for the first one. I don't know how I done it though, but I done it. So we'll see what happens, man. I know this second race we're gonna be drafting, so ought to be a good one.
Yeah, the first. What's? Do you have a preference on your races tonight, or you think?
I'd rather do the second one. I think I'll be better in the second one.
So you think you'd be better in the second one, but pretty stout in qualifying here?
Yeah.
Well, good
So
deal,
we'll stay in
man.
the top 10 in the first one. I'll be all right.
Well, good deal. I'm not going to pick on you for any strategy or anything like that. I know these are kind of like feature races for you. They're a little bit shorter distance, so a little less time to get the job done. You think that'll affect anything?
We just gonna have at it and see what happens.
Well, that's awesome, man. Do you have anyone out there you want to give a shout out to, Tommy?
I got Johnny Bootlegger on the car tonight. Like to thank Splash and Go Graphics for the paint. Autos by Nelson. Thank y'all for what y'all doing, everybody in the league.
Yeah, well, we wish you good luck tonight. You probably got some fans tuning into the broadcast too, so.
Yeah, old John Boy might be watching. I don't know.
Yeah, and he might be.
Yeah.
So we'll give you you got a little bit of a wad up down there below you there, like they're wrecking.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Thankfully, it's only warm up, so if you bend some sheet metal here, it's not going to affect you. Ooh, look at that. Nice move, Tommy.
Yeah.
You had to thread the needle there, buddy.
Thread the needle, boys. Yeah, it ought to be a good one, though.
Yep, it should be, man. Good luck to you, and hopefully we'll get you back in here for an interview after these things tonight.
It'd be nice, man. Like I said, I'm still new to this league. Still learning how to race against everybody. I know a few people in here, raced with them before, but a lot of them I haven't, so I'm sure they're still getting used to me, and I'm getting used to them, but I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, I think it's first opportunity since you come over here that I've got you up in the booth, or maybe second, I can't remember. So,
that's right. Hopefully we'll have a good night.
Well, go out there and get them, man, and I'll talk to you later on.
Everybody drink them a bootlegger. It'll make you feel good.
That's right. Get a bootlegger and feel good, huh?
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Vern.
All right. Thank you, Tommy. Have a good race, buddy.
Yeah, but thank you, man.
So that's one of the independent drivers right there. Tommy Haynes in the 17 car. Good to have him in for an interview. And we may find some drivers that I don't know. We haven't had in a booth before. We may even have time to get one more of those drivers in here. Should we? I'll tell you what. We got a brand new one over here, and I'm familiar with this driver too. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull him up for an interview here. We'll get a couple drivers done during the warm-up session. Chuck Sweeting, Vern Bradley in a broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, bud, how's it going?
Man, it seems like it was just a short time ago I talked to you. And I have to get you in here because is it your first start?
Yeah, it is.
So you're making your first start here at Atlanta in the Elite Series for the American Sim Racing League, and how do you feel about it?
A little bit intimidated. There's some really good drivers in this league. I've been watching your broadcast the past few weeks, and I know it's going to be tough, but I'm looking forward to it. They have a lot of clean racing, too, so that's really good.
Yeah, it is a lot of clean racing, and you got a doubleheader tonight, so you stepped into a perfect night to start, man. You get 2 action-packed races, Chuck.
Yeah, I wish they were both at this track, but you got to take the good with the bad, I guess. I don't like the new Atlanta.
So you got the so you're preferring the old Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, the lower the grip, the higher the horsepower, the more fun it is for me.
Well, I know you're a fast driver, but I know that a lot of people here probably haven't watched you go around the track yet, as far as the American Sim Racing League. Do you think you have anything for some of these guys tonight, Chuck, or are you just you're gonna learn a little bit?
I'm going to learn a little bit. You know, you got to learn the drivers you're around, and I'm not familiar with most of them. There's quite a few that I do know, but I'm hoping to just get a top 10 and have a clean race. I don't want to interfere with their points or anything like that. So it's going to be about just learning the league the rest of the season, and then we'll go for it next season.
There you go. Sounds like a great strategy. Chuck, you have anyone you want to thank while we got you up here in the pre-race?
Just thanks as usual to shout out to my buddy Gil for the paint, and appreciate the league for allowing me in, and hope to do him proud tonight.
Yeah, great group of drivers over here. Really good competition, man, but I know you're one of the fast guys, so I don't think it'll take you very long, Chuck, to get your feet underneath of you here, buddy.
Yeah, I hope not. I'm looking forward to it.
Just keep the tires pointed in the right direction, man.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Have a good race. Good luck to you, Chuck.
Thank you.
All right, so another independent driver, brand new driver over here at American Sim Racing League, and a good driver at that. So really good to see Chuck Sweeting making his start tonight. And I seen a shout out for Todd Cray right there, and I see that 21 car. Right here. There's the 21 car. So there you go, No Pro. Virtual Motorsports there. So we got a couple of drivers in, which is pretty good on the pre-race interviews. Wanted to do that because we have a doubleheader tonight. So we're not going to have time after race number 1, but to interview possibly the top 3 drivers. Probably won't have much time for like a pre-race interview. It's going to be a quick turnaround. So we want to make sure that we got a couple guys in here for the doubleheader to do some interviews for you. And I wanted to get a couple drivers that we haven't talked to or haven't had up in the booth or had an opportunity. And I'm going to try to stick with that strategy for a little bit now. So hopefully you guys and gals like it. And I see the shout-outs coming out. Todd Cray's got two in. There's one for Zala. That's right, 85 car. Getting a vote right there. Call it the fan choice over here. The fan choice. Ooh, Cray. Good thing it's warm-ups. Playing around with that outside wall, but I don't think it's going to matter. This is just a warm-up session. They got about 1 minute and 52 seconds left. And we're going double header. I mean double header. You can't make that up. It's going to happen right here. We're going to do, is it race number 1? How about 75 laps or 50 minutes? That's going to be your first race. This is a 2008 Atlanta Motor Speedway. And then we're going to roll into our doubleheader, race number 2. And we're going to do the 2022 reconfiguration of Atlanta. And that race is going to be 60 laps or 40 minutes. So you got a doubleheader tonight. Yes, the races are a little bit shorter. I agree with you, No Pro. I think you put her up there to maybe knock her down to speed a little bit, slow her down so the other guys have a shot. That's confidence right there. You can't. That's a full display of it. Oh, the chat messages are awesome. I know the guys the drivers in particular, like to come back and rewatch these broadcasts and read those. So you give a shout out to your favorite driver. It pumps them up more and more, and they want to do better next week. I mean, that's how it works. If they weren't up front this week, then they're gonna want to be up front next week, and that's just competition, you know. And we can do it with driver of the day or with fan choice votes. We can do fast drivers out on the track, but it's really getting camera time to all the drivers. And all the drivers got family and friends that tune into these things, so we want to make sure that those drivers are heard and seen on the broadcast here, the American Sim Racing League and the Elite Series. And I'm just happy to be in the booth bringing it to you. Wouldn't want to be any other place right now on this Sunday night. And that's going to do it for the warm-up. So we're going to get ready to line up for race number 1, which means I got a starting grid for you. Let's try to switch our camera views around and get to the front of the field or towards the front of the field. And I'm going to refire up my timing and scoring real quick, make things look a little bit better. And then we're going to get to the front of the field right there on the 30 car. We're going to go to our background music and let's go. Your starting grid for race number 1 on the pole is going to be that 30 car, Justin Gann. To his outside in second, you're going to see the number 21 car, Todd Cray. Starting third here tonight, Bentley Glacier in the 24 car. And in fourth, we got him in an interview tonight. The bootlegger right there, the 17 car, Tommy Haynes. Starting fifth tonight, last week's winner right there in the 73 car, that's Joseph McWhorter. And in sixth to his outside will be that 63 car, and we know he'll be headed to the front. That's Johnny Avila in the 63 car. Seventh tonight, Chuck Sweeting right here, brand new driver in the 75 car. And to his outside in eighth, the 27 is Steve Yenish, a previous winner right here at Old Atlanta. So we'll go back here to 11th. We'll find Jesse Bunnell. Actually, we skipped 9th, which is going to be Hunter Waters in 9th and Adam Matz in 10th. In 11th will be Jesse Bunnell in the 96, and in 12th you'll see the 45 of Tyler Powers. 13th tonight, Jacob Zala in the 85, and to his outside the 89 of Jeff Yenish. Starting 15th tonight, Charlie Woods in the 40, and in 16th is going to be the 02 of David Kamara. Starting 17th tonight, the 12 of Cody Williams into his outside, and 18th will be the 19 of Dwayne Hunt. Starting 19th tonight, Levi Poland in the 91 car, and to his outside and 20th is going to be Ben Park in the 23. 21st tonight, the 51 of Jason Mullis into his outside and 22nd, that's Tyler Seville in the 11 car. Starting 23rd tonight, Levi Allen's number 97, and the Coop, Bradley Cooper right there in the 25 car in 24th. 25th tonight, William Kemp. We'll get to the front in case we get started pretty quickly. And his outside in 26th, the 98 car, Brenton Hunt. 27th is Ray Polking's 46, and his outside in 28th, that's Jerry Cochran in the 72. Gary May right there in the 5 car in 29th, and in 30th, the 52 of Jason Day. 37 of Dylan Winters in 31st, and the 32nd, Thomas McBride's 53, and 33rd, you got Cody Blackmore 84. And Landon Cardulo in the 13, starting 34th. 35th is going to be the 93 of Patrick DeSaliner. And in 36th, the 80, Rafael Rodriguez. And that's going to do it for your starting grid right here in race number 1. And we're going to try to, grid out right there. There we go. So let's get the music stopped. Let's get to the front of this field right here. That way you can see the pretty paint jobs on these rides. So a little shout out there for McWhorter, last week's winner. I'll tell you, that 73 car's had speed this season. He hasn't had the luck until last season or last week. And man, did he have the luck dominating that thing, right? He's got a good starting spot here tonight, the driver of the 73. So in race number 1, he's going to be one to keep an eye on. As I said, we got 75 laps of racing in race number 1. There's going to be no stage break, and we're green flagging racing. Race number 1 of the doubleheader right here, 30, 21, 24. Little bit of a hiccup. We're fine. Don't worry about it. I think when I kicked my feet there, I might have hit the internet cable a little bit. Seeing a couple cars splash, though. Guys hoping that we're not having problems with our race server tonight. But we're going to have 2 of them watching this lead battle. 30 car, 24 car, 21 car, 73 car, your top 4. And we got one of them sneaking in the top 5, that 63 car, Johnny Avila. I told you, he'd look out for him. He's going to be headed to the front. Working lap number 2 of 75. I see a car in the back get a little bit loose, and we got 2 cars towards the back headed to the wall. Not sure which 2 they are, if I can catch up with it, but it looks like we're going to stay clean and green right here. Not necessarily clean and green, but definitely green. And we got one slowed down right here. It's going to be the 11 car. So he's going to get it back going in the right direction in the front of the field. The battle's on for that top spot. 2 wide racing right now from second on back. So good battling on the racetrack here. Ooh, we got a car just brushing the outside wall back there, but it looks like he's going to keep it going in the right direction. Working lap 3 of 75 here tonight in race number 1. Justin Gann in the 30 car, though, he's showing pretty solid the first 4 laps. And Todd Cray, he's showing pretty strong in second. That battle's on for third, though. 24 car, Bentley Glacier, the 73 car of Joseph McWhorter. So the 24 has the third spot. It looks like the 73 is going to take it, though. So move McWhorter up a couple of spots since the start of this thing. Watching the 73 car now move up into the top 3. And honestly, I interviewed him before the race, and look right here, the 75 car, Chuck Sweeting. First start with the American Sim Racing League. I have seen this driver race. He's not only a clean driver, good driver, but he's also a fast one. So it's really good to put him over here with a group of fast drivers. Equals out the competition is a bootlegger. Tommy Haynes is making a move. Haynes working on the 7th position on Jesse Bonnell's 96 car. He's going to fall right back in line back there in 8th. You see Hunter Waters in the 7 car right behind him, and then we got a little 2 wide back here in the top 10. They're always battling to get inside the top 10 here. 45 of Tyler Powers, and it may be the 27 of Steve Yenish, and it looks like the 27 car is going to take it temporarily. So he'll get the 27 car in the top 10. The battle is still on. 45 to the inside, 27 to the outside. So lap 6 of 75, man, and we got racing. Look at this, though. The car that's moved into second, that 73 car, last week's winner. Was it a confidence boost? I mean, that's what I'm going to have to ask right here. Because look, he's battling for the lead. That 73 is fast this week, too. So Old Atlanta, race number 1. Last week's winner. Joseph McWhorter giving Justin Gann all he can ask for right now. Probably more than he asked for. You see McWhorter working a different lane on the racetrack, able to keep a little bit more momentum off the corner here. Going to help him on the run, take a peek to the inside. 21 car, Todd Cray settled in 3rd right now. 24 car, Bentley Glacier back there in 4th. And the top 5 rounded out by the 75 car of Chuck Sweeting. And we can take a look at the top 10, I think. Somewhere. There we go. Lurking in the top line like a sniper. That's right. He's running third right now. He's definitely showing speed here early on, but we're going to find out who's going to take care of those tires. Especially if we get long runs like we're used to over here at the American Sim Racing League, then it's probably going to be all about tires. But I am really impressed for the second week in a row with the driver of the 73 car. Joseph McWhorter starting back there around, what, 7th maybe? Working his way up to 2nd, really been able to apply the pressure to your race leader, Justin Gant. So McWhorter's working on it. Look at Todd Cray. I think he saved on the tires on that top line, so he's going to go bounce around the bottom for a little bit. Looked like he started to put a little bit of pressure on the 73 car. So your top 3 going at it right here. That's awesome. Amy, I'm happy to hear that. That'd be a congratulations in order for sure. And we got a caution flag. Where did I start missing at? Get to the back of the track, and I don't know if this driver might have ran into trouble again. We're going to find out. I don't think it was. I think he was just back there. So I'm going to have to find out where the problem is on the racetrack here. A little different camera view and what part of the field it happened in right here. Ouch. Ooh, some cars. That car's missing some parts. I hear that. All right, 0-2 going around. Ooh, heavy contact right there. So couple cars right now. And keep in mind, we no fast repairs here tonight. So these guys are on their own. As you're watching the 0-2 car, he's going to get it going, take it back to the attention of his crew, and we're going to get back up to the front of the field. Oh, and I got to get my timing screen fixed up here. Make sure we're back to live timing and scoring. So lap 13 of 75, race number 1. Clean up aisle 2. I love it, man. Oh, we had a little bit of a cleanup there, for sure. They have to get those sweepers out, won't they? Tire, no tires. I know that they have 2 additional sets from the set that they started with tonight. So I'm going to bet maybe we'll see some tires right here. I mean, we're 13 laps in. Why not? Especially if you're up out of the, if you're back there outside of the top 10, kind of looking to get in there. Maybe you just try a little different strategy right here. That's all I'm saying, and we may see it. Get back here. We'll take a look back there, actually. Back here where Hunter Waters is at in the top 10. And go to the larger camera view. And I don't see anybody driving to pit road yet. I think some of the guys in the back might work a little strategy. Maybe still be too early. Might still be too early here. And that's what it looks like anyway. So other than the cars that, got a little damage there, a lot of damage, I don't think we're going to see any of the other drivers on pit road this early on. Lap 14 of 75, so they're going to stay out here for a little bit. So it looks like no tires there. I'm kind of surprised about that. I would have thought maybe a couple of those guys outside of the top 10 might have shook it up a little bit. But your front row, 30 of Justin Gann, 73 car, Joseph McWhorter. Second row is going to be Todd Cray in the 21, the 24 car, Bentley Glacier. Fifth place, rounded out the top 5, you'll see the number 75 car of Chuck Sweetie. Where's your favorite driver? Well, Johnny Avila in the 63 starting 6th. And we got the pace car in, and we're back to Green Flag Racing, race number 1 at Atlanta Motor Speedway with the American Sim Racing League's Elite Series. Double header racing tonight. We're doing our first 75 laps, the old configuration of Atlanta Motor Speedway. And we have a battle for the lead. 73-30, and now the 21 of Todd Cray. And the race is on, and they're all coming down the backstretch. Look at McWhorter, though, 73 car. Working the high side of the track, getting a fender there. Still has a fender. Can he take the lead away? Will he be the guy to wrestle it from Justin Gann? And look at that, he's going to pull up door to door. That 73 car's working the high side like a professional. 30 car might be in trouble now. You see the 21 moving up to that high side too. Are we going to see a pass for the lead? Who's going to lead this lap? Will it be the 73 of Joseph McWhorter, the 30 car, Justin Gann, at the line? McWhorter, 73 car, your race leader. So he had it by, I don't know, about an inch and a half. It wasn't much, but he is working his butt off up there on that high side, and he's going to clear the 30 car now. So there's going to be no question down the back straightaway who our race leader is. 73 car, Joseph McWhorter, last week's winner, and he is on the gas pedal here tonight. So it looks like old Atlanta might be good for that driver, but I'll tell you what, this 75 car, very impressive on his first start with the American Sim Racing League. He's up there racing with the best of them. You got Todd Cray up here, Justin Gann, Bentley Glaser in the 24, Johnny Avila in the 63. There is so many great drivers over here at the American Sim Racing League, and it makes the competition level so much higher. And you watch Sweeting in the 75 doing a little bit of battle with the 21, but that inside line just not working right here too early, and that outside line seems like it's prevalent in a lot of situations. You got the 24 car working the high side, 63 cars watching the battle in front of them with the 75, and we're under caution flag number 2. Oh, found a damaged race car, and we always hate to see that. So what happened to that car that caused that damage, you might ask? And it looked pretty bad, but we're going to get another look at it right here. Ooh. 2 cars going for the same real estate right there, and bad stuff happens. Couple of cars getting damaged out of this one as well. So race number 1's looking pretty bad for a few drivers here so far. Catch the live timing and scoring. I'm going to mute you guys out for just a second, let you take a look at this beautiful field of cars we got going around here. And I'm going to go grab me another cold drink. Non-alcoholic beverage, of course, tonight. But I'm going to go grab one, and I'll be right back. Probably need a Mountain Dew to get through 2 of these. All right, just like that, I'm back. And tires it was. Lot of takers on pit road here. Lots of takers. We're 22 laps in now, though, so almost a third of the way. That really doesn't surprise me on the takers on pit road this time. Likely another quick caution flag, race number 1. Took a minute to get me a cold drink and a little bit of a snack, so. Three stayed out. Actually, they pitted 10 laps ago. That's going to be the 72, 51, and 25. So you got Jerry Cochran, Jason Mullis, and the Coop, Bradley Cooper. If anyone wonders who the Coop is, Tuesday night on the WFO Racing Network, Coop is the commentator. I do Wednesday nights, Sunday nights, 2 different leagues. American Sim Racing League tonight with the Elite Series. Happy to be in the booth here. And well, Coop, he's happy to be in a race car. So top 3 working a little bit different strategy. They got about 10 lap older tires here. We'll have to see how they fare on the restart. The race leader coming into the pit stops was the 73 car, and he's going to be restarting in the 4th position. Second car on the outside, you'll see the 73. Some of the guys, though, are going to fall back a little bit. Gann's going to restart 5th, but the 24, 21, 75, they're going to fall back a little bit. And we're going to get ready here. Lights are out on the pace car, so it's almost time to go back to green flag racing. And fresh tires makes a difference. Absolutely. It always does. Pace car's in. Turn up your speakers because it's time. We're back to green flag racing, race number 1, Atlanta Motor Speedway. 72 car, Jerry Cochran. Well, he didn't have no problem finding the loud pedal because he turned it up. Ooh, little bit of tight race in there. 25 and 73. Might have been slight contact. Battle for 3rd. 73, fresher tires. Don't want to waste any time getting back to the front of this field, and he wants to put as much distance between him and the 30 and 24 as humanly possible. On the restart, he's going to take the 3rd position away, and McWhorter's going after 2nd now. You see the 51 car, Jason Mullis, going to stay to the high side. These fresh tires are bringing it on the bottom, buddy. Battle for P2, 73, 51. Man, that 51 at the top of the racetrack, able to keep the momentum down the straightaway and hold with the 73 there. Now will he try the crossover? He's all over the back bumper of the 73 car down the straightaway. McWhorter, though, is going to take that 2nd position away. And look at Gann, 30 car, going after the 3rd spot. I'll tell you what, though, some of these older tires are holding on pretty well right now. Your race leader, Jerry Cochran, able to work a little strategy and get out front, but I don't think he's going to keep that 73 or in the 30 behind him long. 30 car Gann's going to take the 3rd spot away, and now we got a battle for the lead. Lap 26 of 75, and it's over quickly. 73 goes right by the 72 car, and he resumes the race lead. The battle now is going to be the 30 car, Justin Gann, and we got contact in the back. Back of the field, couple of cars getting together, and I think we may stay green. Got one slow on the bottom right here, and not sure what happened. I guess there's only one way to find out. We will crank back and take a look at it. Wow. Seriously affecting a couple of these guys. Hard contact for the 53. They're wrecking up in front of them a bit. But we stay green flag and racing right here. So we're going to get back towards the front of the field. Battle for second, Justin Gann. Cochran had it and Gann took it. 24 car, though, following right. He is following right in the shadows of the 30 car. So he's going to take over the third spot now. These guys are lining up behind your leader. He's got about 3 or 4 car lengths on second place. 75 car's been working through some of these guys too. Chuck Sweeting and Todd Cray in the 21. They're trying to work their way back to the front of the field. And the 21's going to find his way around the 72, and I think the 75 is going to try to do the same thing. But look at the gaggle of cars behind them. Wow. I'm looking at that. We got 3 wide right here. I think the 27 car's in that mix. 51 car maybe. 80 car, 7 car. So you're 51, the 80, and the 7. 3 wide. This is to get in that top 10. If you don't think it's a battle to get in the top 10, well, you take a look. You're going to find out real quick it is. Rafael Rodriguez in the 80 cars looking outside. He's outside of the top 10 looking in. And Rafael is in a battle for it. Race number 1 has been nothing short of exciting. Couple of caution flags tonight. So you see we had 3 lead changes, 2 caution flags so far. Pull up the summary here at Atlanta for you real quick. Kind of want to show you how close the racing is when you get up here around the top 10. So we are going to do that. You're on board now with the 80 car, Rafael Rodriguez. Rafael has fought his way into the top 10 here. Kind of gives you a chance to see, you know, how the car might be handling right here. 33 laps in. I know that most of these guys only got 12 or 13 laps on the tires here. So you wouldn't think that it would be handling too awful bad, but he sure is doing a lot of sawing on the steering wheel. You look at the center of that wheel, and it's working pretty quick, and there's 3 wide in front of them. 1.5 miles, Amy. 1.5 miles. Oh, Jerry Cochran right there on a little bit older tires in the 72, and you see the 80 working to the inside. So this is going to be a pass for the 9th position now. So the 72 car of Cochran was able to hold on up there for a little while. Now you want to see the best view on the racetrack, we'll have to go up to the front. For the most part, there's 1 car in front of McWhorter, but Joseph McWhorter is the race leader, and you're on board with the race. Look how loose the car is off the corner. That was a good shot. Taking a look at that steering wheel, if you see that red line go to the right quickly and then back, the car's loose. Yeah, and you see it once again, really, I'll call that more neutral off the corner right there. So it looks like these guys have a pretty decent handling car on this track. You want to see what the second place driver sees? Actually, we went back to 3rd on accident, but we can bump up 1. He's still, you know, 3 or 4 car lengths back here, talking about Justin Gann in the 2nd spot. So it looks like the Xfinity car driving pretty good here tonight. Get on board here with Todd Cray. He's sitting in the 4th position. That's how close the racing is, too. Looking out his windshield up there, that's McWhorter in the front. Then Gann in the black car there, the 30, the 24 car Bentley Glacier, that's all right in front of him. Todd working a little bit different line, just trying to find something different, maybe save on the tires a little bit and go after these guys a little bit later if they get a longer run here. And you'll see that strategy play out. There'll be some of the drivers who can save their tires a little bit better, and we're going to see who the tire masters are, hopefully. Lap 38 of 75 and race number 1 of a doubleheader at Atlanta Motor Speedway, but not the same Atlanta Motor Speedway. You're looking at the first race, which is on the older 2008 version of the track, and in race number 2, we're going to go to the newer 2022 version of it. And there are changes. So we'll see some changes other than, new pavement. There's a complete reconfiguration out of turn 2. Cray looks like he's got a little bit of a run now. He's working on the back of that 24 car, going to the high side. You can see the run that the 21's able to build up down the straightaways here. He's using the momentum from the high side, and it's working for him. We're going to change camera views, kind of get out of the in-car. You see in 5th now is going to be that 75 car, Chuck Sweetie. He's right behind these drivers. Then we get back to Avila, Johnny Avila in the 63, 27 of Steve Yenish. Yenish working on that 63 car a little bit. This is a battle for the 6th position now. And for anyone wondering, it's been about 20 laps since we went back to green flags, so that's going to be how many laps they got in this run here so far. A little bit farther back, you got the 7 car, Hunter Waters. You got the 45 car of Tyler Powers. We'll find Rafael Rodriguez and Levi Allen. So 97 car and 80 car. 89 car, Jeff Yenish in the picture here. This is back here riding around the top 10 again. 97's got it, 80's going for it. So he's been battling for many laps for that position. Now the 80's battling to hold on to a spot, and the 89 of Yenish takes it from him. So move Yenish to 11. 13 fans, Landon Cardulo, sitting right here in the 14th position now. So he's done a nice job working up quietly throughout the race. 13 car looking pretty sporty out here tonight. Not going to be too long before he's battling to get in the top 10. For the 96 fans of Jesse Bunnell, he's sitting in the 15th position right now. He's holding on nicely right here. See Jason Day in the 52 right behind him. Cars are getting strung out just a little bit. They're all settled in. A lot of single file racing right now. So one of the guys that stayed out on that last restart was a 25 car here, and he's back in 17th position. So maybe about the same that he was at when he come in, so probably not a terrible move. And then you got Brinson Hunt, 98 car, in a battle with that 9 car of Adam Nance. That battle's for 19th position, so these guys are hanging on inside the top 20 here. And there's a bootlegger stalking them, Tommy Haynes in the 17 car. There's Jason Mullis back here in the 51, sitting in the 21st spot. Ray Polking's 46 car. He's back here in 23rd. See the gentleman right here, Gary May in the 5 car, sitting in the 24th spot. And the 11 of Tyler Seville had a little bit of trouble early on, but he's recovering pretty nicely here in the 24th position. 25th position, actually. Jacob Zala, 85 car. He's sitting back here in 26th. For any Zala fans out there, and I think we had one at the beginning of the chat. We'll go back here to 27th. You're going to find Dylan Winters in the 37 car. Just trying to give these guys some airtime right here. 46 of 75 laps here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in race number 1 of the doubleheader. So now we go back and find Dwayne Hunt in the 19, back in 28th position. 29th right behind him is going to be Charlie Woods in the 40 car. So you're taking a look at those two cars now. This is nice because you kind of get a 2-for-1 when they're in the same shop like that. So we can skip back here and find the 91 car, Levi Poland, on pit road. 84 car, Cody Blackmore, sitting in the 31st position. He's on the track 10 laps down right now. Thomas McBride, you see the leader was going by him. 53 cars on pit road, 93 pit road for the 09. The 12 car, unfortunately, on pit road, and that's the field right now. Meanwhile, back up front, and he's up there by about a half a second, 0.4 of a second. That's the 73 car, Joseph McWhorter. Last week's winner, man, you talking about giving a driver momentum. This driver has got it. He's got it. He's led a lot of laps here in race number 1, and he's certainly looking strong, like he's going to be the driver to beat. So who's going to be his, is there any kryptonite in race number 1 for him? And how does that translate for this driver in race number 2? Can you sweep a doubleheader? That's the question there. What do you think? What do the fans think about it? Amy, you chime in. Virtual Motorsports, you chime in. I mean, what do you chime in on this? What do you think? Can the 73 sweep both races? He's got 25 laps to hold on to race number 1 here, if he wants to do that. And he has a bunch of hungry competitors behind him. 30 car, Justin Gann. 24 car, Bentley Glacier. And look at this move for 4th place. Todd Cray faded back a little bit. The 75 car, though, Chuck Sweeting in his first start with the American Sim Racing League, just having a phenomenal race right here in the 4th position. But don't count this driver out. He will find speed throughout a race, and he'll do what he needs to do. That's the driver of the 63 car. Better take care of them tires because that 30's on the way. The 75, he's got the 63 of Johnny Avila, and that's a guy who's showing a little bit of speed right here. Avila got himself inside the top 5. Steve Yenish, another one, 27 car. This driver's fast too. Yenish running in the 6th position right here. Nanford, so we got 2 Nans so far, basically. There's Todd Cray right there. And maybe Cray's got a little strategy going. Save on the tires a little bit. They got 31 laps on this run. So can they make it on fuel? I don't know. I don't know when they're going to have to stop. They're 32 laps into the run now. I wouldn't guess they could go much more than 45 maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're 100% fuel. I'm going to look and see, though. So your race leader up front, Joseph McWhorter, last week's winner, 73 car. 54 laps in here. There's the 30 car again, and there's the battle back here. Look at the 63. Johnny Avila's gotten around the 75. He's now going around the 24. This is a pass for 3rd. And can he do a 2-for-1? Because right in front of him's that 30 car. So you want to see a driver coming forward. This guy's picked up about 4 positions in the last 10 or 12 laps. That 63 car, Johnny Avila. He's got his share of wins, too. This guy knows how to win a race. He knows how to close the deal. And when you see that 63 show up in your mirror, you might be in trouble. So Avila moving forward. At the right time, we're 20 laps to go here. Race number 1 of the doubleheader. Avila all the way at the top of the track, almost touching a wall on corner entry. And look at the run he gets down the straightaway. He's going to look to the inside on the 30 car, and this is going to be the race for second. Battle for second, 20 to go. Does the 63, can he clear the 30? He does. But does he have time? Does he have time to make up 1.1 seconds here in 20 laps? Does he have the time to catch the 73? We're going to find out. He's worked his way into the second position. That's the 63 car. 30 car again is going to slip back one. 24 Glacier, he's going to slip back one. Chuck Sweeting's holding on to the top 5 right now, but Sweeting might have company, the 27 car, Steve Yenish. So that top 5, well, it's liable to go, it's liable to be contested here pretty quickly. When did the 63 pit? The 63 pitted at the same time that the rest of them did. So they've got about 37 laps on this run, on this set of tires. And we know that the 3 that stayed out, well, they got 47 laps on theirs. And we're watching this battle here around the top 5. The 75 car, Chuck Sweeting, has it. But the 27 car, who was following the 63 for most of the run, he has he's been clawing his way up here too. He got rockets on that thing. Rocket tires. And he's caught the leader almost. No, he hasn't. I'm sorry. That's a lap car right there in the picture. So the lead is still 0.8 of a second, but I can tell you that the 63 is making it shrink. It was 1.1 seconds. He's knocked about 0.3 off Joseph McWhorter's lead. With 17 laps to go, so there might be time. They both had a lap car to contend with. They're both going to clear him. They'll get around the lap car. So 0.8 of a second, the difference between the two drivers. Let's see how the let's see if that number goes down or up. It looks like it's trending downward. So at the line, we'll watch it. 0.7 of a second, that lap. So he knocked 1/10 off of the lead. And if he can do that lap after lap, he'll catch him. But catching a driver, well, that's one thing. And guess what passing another driver is? It's completely different. So just because you can run someone down doesn't mean that you can get around them. We've seen a shout out there for Jesse Bunnell earlier. And I found him when we did kind of through the field. So we'll go back to 15th and find a 96 car, Jesse Bunnell. So I think he was a little farther back when I checked on him the last time, which means Bunnell's been moving forward a little bit here in this run. Ooh, another 0.2 off the lead. 0.5 of a second. You can now see the distance is closed between your race leader and second place. Get a better camera shot to show it. 0.4 of a second separate 1 and 2 with 14 laps to go. The old Atlanta Speedway, race number 1 of a doubleheader. Man, what a broadcast tonight. You don't get one magnificent race. Nope, back-to-back. You get 2 of them. Double the fun here at the American Sim Racing League for the Elite Series. Double the excitement, double the fun. 0.3? Yes. 0.2 of a second. We're going to stay on this lead battle. 13 laps to go. It'll be 12 laps at the line, and the lead is shrinking. If you look at the picture, the 63 car, he's painted himself in it. That's a good problem to have. This driver is, the question is, though, how much tires has he used? I mean, you're working hard, passing all those cars. You're leaning on them. You're leaning on those tires a little bit. So McWhorter he's got company now, 0.2 of a second back, 63 car. And look at Avila working the bottom of the track. You see 85 Zala on pit road. Some of these guys making pit stops now, and we got a whole handful of them that have pitted back there. We just seen Zala headed the pit road, 44 laps on the run, so how much fuel do they got? On the long run, though, that 63 car, man, that's a crazy threat right there. 63, 73, your battle for the lead. 13, been on pit road, probably got fresh tires and fuel right here. 11 laps to go, so he might, that car might play a little bit on him. He's going to go around the leader, but look at the 63 now. He's going to go to the top of the track and close right on the bumper down this back straightaway of your race leader. No, he's looking to the inside. The battle for the lead is on. Side by side, turn number 3, 10 laps to go, race number 1, and we got your lead battle going on now. If you see some cars in the picture there, they have fresher tires and fuel because those drivers just come off a pit road, literally. I told you, McWhorter holding on to it, the 73 car, because catching a guy's one thing and passing him, well, that's a completely different. He's going to do it again. Leans right on that bumper, looks to the inside. Same place on the track going into turn 3. So he's going to get side by side one more time for the race lead. 9 laps to go in Atlanta. And if you think about the old Atlanta, I mean, this track can put on a finish. Some of the closest finishes in history, not just in sim racing, but in real life, they've happened here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is a virtual Atlanta Motor Speedway. Well, it's the old one too, but it's no different. You see this battle for the lead. It has been heating up. That 63 is able to run just a little bit higher line than the 73 through the corner. And through the front straightaway, it seems to always give them a little bit of a boost. And especially down the back straightaway. So Avila working the top of the track. McWhorter working the middle of the track, basically. And the lead battle is on. Justin Gann is holding on to the 3rd spot for the Gann fans. But he's under fire from the 27 of Steve Yenish. So as this thing has went on, Yenish in the 27 car also moving forward. This is a battle for 3rd, 27 and 30, 7 laps to go. Race number 1 winding down quickly. They're side by side, so that's the battle. That battle up front is still the same, and it hasn't changed over yet, so we're not missing anything. It looks like a battle behind them, too. 75 and 24, maybe. Need a caution. Oh, you might. It's close. 6 to go. 63 still right there. So he's putting pressure on him lap after lap. He's been working on that driver up there. And these other cars on fresh tires, they're probably not helping this battle much. They get up there on them fresh tires and drive by these guys. And these guys are doing battle, and the 63's right there. But, I mean, passing them's a different story. You can catching them's one thing. Passing them's a different story. I've said it time and time again, and I think we're seeing it right now. Yeah, you think you almost have to do that, but that 63 has worked the bottom of the track throughout this run so well. And they're 3.6 seconds ahead of the guys in front of them, but the laps are ticking away. Avila McWhorter, 73 leading it, 63 in second, and he's right on the bumper. I'm pretty sure down the back in the last set of turns, you couldn't have fit a piece of paper between those two. I don't think they have any intentions of stopping. Man, that third car behind him, though, got a piece of the outside wall. And I think he took it with him. Who is that back there? 45 car. So he's got fresh tires. He's going to get up here and drive by these guys. But, man, he took a piece of that wall with him. You can hit it with the right rear, though, like that feller did, and it won't hurt anything. I don't think this battle's over. 2 to go. Nose to tail. Well, they'll jump at you every time, and possibly part of it will get stuck. You might become part of the wall, virtually. One with the wall. We're going to get the white flag this time, so the camera has got to stay on the lead battle, and it's a good one. If you haven't pulled that chair up and turned the speakers up, you might want to do it now. Working out of turn 2. High side of the track for the 63. McWhorter's going to run the same line he's been running, but the run at the 63 gets down the back straightaway. I don't think it's going to be enough. He's going to block the top line down in 3 and 4. He did what he needed to do right there, and that's going to keep the 63 at bay. Joseph McWhorter is going to go back-to-back. He won last week. He's going to win race number 1 at Atlanta Motor Speedway here in the doubleheader for the American Sim Racing League Elite Series. And what a battle they put on. We're going to take a look at your top 10 real quick. Go back to the ticker so you can see it. McWhorter winning the first race. Johnny Avila second. Steve Yenish in third. Justin Gannon fourth. Chuck Sweeting there rounding out the top 5. Great finish there for the 75 car. And we got 3 quick interviews to do, so we're not going to waste any time getting them in here because another race server is going to go up, and we're going to need to connect to that server. So let's find our race winner right here. I think I'll find him. Well, I'm looking in Discord, and I don't see him in here, so I may have to wait for him to get in Discord. Yep, so far nothing. So I'm looking for the 73 to get an interview, and so far I have not seen him. We may have to go to our second place finisher so we can get these things rolling here. So if anyone in YouTube can get a hold of Joseph McWhorter, have him come into Discord where he can get his interview here. I'm going to scroll through here one more time, and then I'm going to move on to our second place finisher because we don't have a lot of time in between race number 1 and 2, or race number 2, so let's go find our P2 finisher. Johnny Avila, Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I hear you, bud.
Man, you turned up the heat, but catching them guys is one thing, getting around them's another one. Tell us what it was like for the 63 car.
On that last green flag run, I think I just used up too much of my tires trying to work my way through traffic at the beginning part of the run. As soon as I got to them, I didn't have the drive off anymore, but he was also driving amazingly. Like the way he was able to position his car to block me, to stop me from getting a run. So it was a great race, great battle. He did a great job. So congratulations to Joseph on the win.
Well, I'll tell you, it looked like you had quite a bit of work to do to position yourself there, and you had once you got in the second, you had like 1.1 or 1.2 seconds to make up. So that
Yeah.
63 looked like it was working well, Johnny. What about that?
It felt great. Atlanta's one of my favorite tracks to drive at. So I'm not a big fan that they repaved it, but um, I had no tires at the end. I went to check when I pulled off. My tires were 28 and 31, so they were just done.
You used them up.
Uh-huh.
Man, I'll tell you, it was really really cool to see, and you had to work by some cars. I mean, McWhorter leading that thing didn't have the traffic to work through that you did to get yourself up there in that position. How much of a difference you think that make on the tires and you possibly being able to get around him?
I think it was quite a big difference. Like if I had just taken things maybe a little bit slower, I could have fought him a little bit harder. But dirty air kind of sucks. It kills your tire wear, but it is what it is, right? So you can only do what you can do.
Yeah, and you definitely had a fast race car there, Johnny. But race number 2, what's your plan for that one?
Pray.
Pray. I love it, dude. I love that. That's probably one of the best answers ever.
Oh man,
You got
it's
anyone you
gonna
want
be
to?
wild.
Yeah, you got anyone you want to thank real quick while we got you in here?
Just everybody that puts this together, all the guys that are participating. Like this was a massive field again, and the racing was great for the most part. It was really clean too. So just everybody that's a part of it, and you up in the booth giving us something to watch back to.
Well, it's always a lot of fun, man, and congrats on that second place finish. We'll see you in race number 2, and good luck to you there.
Thank you, buddy.
AW Motorsports, that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll get you moved back down there, so go get them. I found our winner. Joseph McWhorter, Vern Bradley in the WFO booth. You got a copy?
I do.
All right, man. I looked for you, couldn't find you in Discord.
Uh,
So I went ahead and pulled Johnny up here first, and you got to see a lot of Johnny Avila out of your mirror.
yeah, well, I tried to not look out the mirror. John, my spotter, was giving me a lot of data, giving me a lot of information on where he was, and you know, I had to look up in the mirror a few times because I realized something that he was doing was he was checking up his entry a little bit more than I was. And what it was doing, it was allowing him to turn down to the bottom. As you could see, he'd lose time to me on entry, but then he gained it all back with a big run coming down on, you know, exit. So, you know, just you know, a lot of experience of racing here, and getting that information from John was a big help. You know, as soon as I figured out what he was doing, I tried to keep him as tucked up underneath that back bumper as I could, even though there's a risk of me getting hit. But like I kind of knew that going into it, but it was just letting me have that drive off every time to where he'd be right there, but he just couldn't get to me because I figured with him having to come through the field and getting to me, I just had to keep him close and keep him with dirty air.
And you pulled that off brilliantly. You absolutely did. It looked like you could position that car exactly where you needed it to on those final laps there, Joseph.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it just comes down to a lot of experience here. You know, this is one of my favorite tracks on the schedule, or used to be on the schedule, anyways. But you know, it's my home track. It's you know, I was born like 2 hours away from this racetrack, so you know, getting a win here is a lot of fun. And once you have these experiences, you know, several wins in trucks and official and Xfinity wins here and Cup wins here and you know, racing against people like Rico Abreu and Bobby Zielinski and a couple other people that I've raced against at this racetrack, you know, you learn a lot. And I think that was the biggest thing, is just understanding what you could do on those old tires.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, we talked about it before. The season started out a little bit rough for you, and you just couldn't get the luck to fall your way. But the last 2 weeks, you might want to buy lottery tickets.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you know, it started off really rough, and it seemed like right after the stage break, and it kind of both races kind of turned upside down, and then we get that win last week. And I told you, I think if I get that first one,
That
I'd
confidence
start at the beginning of
booster,
the league.
man, and you
Yeah,
you carried it, didn't you?
yeah, absolutely. Once you get that first one out of the way, it makes the other ones a little bit easier. And I knew coming, I was able to get off work, which was nice. I wasn't supposed to be here, so
Oh,
that's
that's
awesome.
even better.
Yeah, I got off of work because I had to take care of some house stuff. So I was like, well, I guess since I don't have to leave until tomorrow afternoon, I'm gonna race.
There you go.
So it's good to be able to pull off that win.
So, can you bring out the broom on the doubleheader here tonight?
Man, I don't know. I raced here just a couple weeks ago for the season finale in WSCRL, which is my Saturday night league, and finished third here. Led a lot of laps, worked together with my teammates. The hardest part is I don't have any teammates. So I think the goal right now is just try and find somebody I could work with really well and just stick with them and then see what happens at the end. I mean, luckily I have a really good spotter on the boost, so as long as he's feeding me information and I can work myself to the front, I think we have a pretty good shot at it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joseph, you've definitely made a statement here the last couple of weeks, man, and that 73 car is it's going to be strong this season, no doubt about it.
I hope so. Hopefully it keeps going. I have to say this is a complete night and day difference between how my season's going and my Saturday night league versus here. So, that bad luck. I mean, you saw it the first 2 weeks that I raced in here, and that's pretty much how my whole season's been in the other league. So
Sometimes you just got to use Sundays to get it right, Joseph.
yeah, I mean, maybe it's what it is. Like me and my teammate right now, we came into the points or into the postseason, 19 points of a difference, and I have not had a very good playoff, and now I'm second in points, like 60 something points back. So it's just a lot of bad luck. Only one win on the season. It's just been got real close last night at Talladega, and I worked with him for the win, and I almost had it again. It's like, man, I need that luck to change.
Yeah, it definitely is headed in the right way over here. Do you have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth real quick? Because I know we got to get going on race 2.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank Red Camel Racing. You can check them out at redcamelracing.com. All your safety, fire equipment needs, helmets, fire suits, shoes. I'm going to be rocking their equipment April 1st at Daytona for the 14 hours, so really
There
excited
you
for
go.
that. Also going to be thanking harpoondesign.com, Brantley. He is amazing with all of his paint schemes. You saw that beautiful paint scheme that I rock each and every week. Check them out at harpoondesigns.com. Driven Motorsports, Jonathan Smith, Mark Whitley, my teammates, for helping me out tonight. I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend's mom who watches every single week, that chats with you in the chat. Denise is in there.
She's been in here. She's been in the chat tonight. I can tell you that. We've had great conversation going all night long. So
she loves watching. You for putting on an awesome broadcast. Each and every week you work really hard, so we can appreciate you on that. And the admins for doing an awesome job. Really good, clean racing to all the drivers, and ready to go see if we can't get the weekend sweep.
Well, we know the confidence is there, man, so go get them in race number 2 here. Get the broom out.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Enjoy the show.
Yep, have a good one. Race winner, Joseph McWhorter, and I don't know how much time we got, and I got to get that one off there, go back to the in-car, and I have to get out of here, so that's what I'm not sure how much time I got. We're going to try to get one more in here. Steve Yenish, Vern Bradley in a broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy? Steve might have took a break. Steve, you got a copy? All right, they're getting things ready for race number 2. So we're going to move him back down there so we don't disturb him on that one. We need to look at the results real quickly here. And when I say our results, all the results, so let's knock this out and let's go to the results tab because I got to get loaded into the next session. So real quickly right there, Joseph McWhorter, to recap it, the 73, your race winner, 63 of Johnny Avila in second, Steve Yenish in the 27 in third, Justin Gans 30 in fourth. Fifth place was a 75 of Chuck Sweeting in his first start. In sixth, the 97 of Levi Allen, and back in seventh, the 24 of Bentley Glacier. 8th place, the 7 of Summer or Hunter Waters. What am I thinking? 89 of Jeff Yiddish in 9th, and the Bradley Cooper to 25. Getting his way in the top 10 here, so good run for the Coop here tonight. Go to the next batch. Tommy Haynes, the bootlegger, recovered to get 11th position. Tyler Seville in the 11 is going to finish in 12th. Todd Craze, 21 car, bringing it home 13th. Gary May in 14th position in the 5 car. The 51 of Jason Mullis in 15th. 72 of Jerry Cochran, 16th position. Ray Polking's 46 and 17th, 18th, the 13 of Landon Cardulo. 19th is Tyler Powers, 45, and in 20th, Ben Park in the 23 car. Go up again, Dylan Winters in the 37 and 21st, Jason Day in the 52 and 22nd, the 98 of Brinson Hunt, 23rd, and the 85 of Jacob Zala, 24th position. 25th was the 80 of Rafael Rodriguez, and 26 and 9 of Adam Matz. Jesse Bonnell in the 96 car brought it home 27th, with Dwayne Hunt's 19 car in 28th. 29th, Cody Blackburn, 84 car, and 30th, the 40 of Charlie Woods. 31st, Levi Poland's 91, and the 53 of Thomas McBride, 32nd. 33rd to 93 of Patrick DeSalinier. Cody Williams, number 12 and 34th. William Kemp in the 09 35th, and David Kamara, 36th position in the 02. And that's the results for race number 1. And we have another one to jump into here, so we're going to do that. And I will, I'm going to mute you and play a little. Well, we're not going to do the closeout music yet, not until the second race is over, because this is a doubleheader, so it's like halftime. All right, so we're going to crush the overlays right here real quick. And I got to get out and find the other server. So we'll do that real fast. So you'll see a different screen, as it's my iRacing screen. And I'm going to find drivers that are in that session. And we're going to go log in, get our overlays back up for race number 2 of the doubleheader here at the American Sim Racing League with the Elite Series tonight. I'm excited. Joseph McWhorter, though, can't he break out the broom? I mean, we've seen him hold off that a fast 63 car at the end. So is he going to be able to sweep tonight at Atlanta? Well, for those of you that don't know, I've said it enough here tonight, but if you still do not know this Atlanta is different. We're going to the new Atlanta. The 2022 configuration is a different track. We might see a different group of fast drivers here. I don't know. We're going to find out, though. We got 60 laps of racing in your second race here tonight. And I am trying to get into the server. I think I only got a couple of minutes to go. So we were cutting it close. No lie. We got to load in. It's got a couple minutes to load in here. And it'll take my computer every bit of a couple minutes to load in. We got all this stuff running. I got Discord opened up, you know, all my software, my overlays, the stream, all of it. So it taxes the system pretty hard right here. And we did pretty good with drop frames and stuff week in and week out, so the system's held out pretty strong for me over the mini broadcasts that it's put on. So hopefully it continues to do that, because it's working hard. Not me, though. This is easy. These drivers put on the show. All I do is showcase the driver. They put on the show, and I showcase the drivers. That's what it's all about. That way you can hear from your favorite driver. You can see your favorite drivers on the track. That's what it's all about week in and week out. And you'll always see me responding to the chat. Always enjoy talking to the viewers and getting the viewers to interact with the race. I'll ask you questions a lot, and that's why. All right, so it's going to bring me in on board with that 46 car right here. We got overlays and timing and scoring to get going real quick, so we're going to do that. And I honestly probably didn't have to shut all of that down, but I really needed to kill the overlays to be able to see that screen and work the buttons. So let me pull up the timing screen. Let's get our overlays pulled up here. And they might be qualifying. So our screen's going to go back to normal for race number 2 in just a second right here. Cardulo shutting it down on board with the 13 car there. All right, we're going to get our... Oh, pulled up the wrong overlays, so we won't do that twice. We'll get it right. I don't know how that happened because I was pretty sure I selected the right one, but I must have went down one farther. All right, load it, and we'll see what we get here. Well, it's going to flash on board with some different drivers here. It's just going through different camera modes. And now we got the correct overlays up, so we'll get our timing screen up here and get ready to go. Getting all my stuff reset, and it looks like I did it. That's the 40 car. So 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the session here. Almost time to grab an interview, I think. They aren't qualifying though. And the guy that I missed on the interviews is sitting pretty high on the board here in race number 2. I'm not going to tell you who's at the top of the board. That's just going to be a surprise. Double header here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the American Sim Racing League Elite Series. And we are race number 2 right now. Minute and 52 seconds away from making a start here at the new Atlanta Motor Speedway. You see it. The pavement looks much newer. Little different configuration on the racetrack too. But I told you, I really thought with the runs that I've seen the 73 have this season, and then the bad luck, I thought that he might have got the monkey off his back last week, and he did. He's able to get the job done in race number 1. But can he clean up here tonight? Can he get the broom and just clean up and go back to back? We're going to find out. We got 60 laps of action here tonight in the second race. I believe they have 2 additional sets of tires as well as the tires they start with, but I'm going to find that out. They do a good job sending me their race details here. Oh, they have 1 extra set in race 2. So 100% fuel, no stage brakes. What's the time limit here? Can't make it a full distance in race 1 without pitting. Race 2 should be a few laps short if it goes green. All right, so I got all that covered again. And we're lining up, so... Let's get up towards the front of the field, get a camera on them here. Our trading paints have to reload the paints, so if you see the cars without paint on them, that's why. So we're going to get up there with the race leader, pull up the starting grid. Look at that. Race number 1 winner, the 73, Joseph McWhorter, starting P1. In second, though, this driver's going to be fast again. He was in the top 3 in race number 1. That's a 27 of Steve Yenish. Third place, the 24, Bentley Glacier. Man, he had a good first race, too. Adam Matz right here, looking really good in the 9 car. And we got to get our grid to go up. Matt starting in the 4th position. So 5th position now. That's the 63. No, 11 of Tyler Seville. Don't know why my thing's messed up, but it's the 11 car of Tyler Seville. And to his outside in 6th is going to be the 63 of Johnny Avila. And we're just going to try to find our drivers. Ben Park in the 23 car, starting 7th. And in 8th is the 21 of Todd Cray. Starting 9th is going to be Levi Allen in the 97 car, and his outside in 10th will be the 7 car of Hunter Waters. Starting 11th will be the 89 right there, Jeff Yenish, and his outside in 12th will be the 30 car of Justin Gann. You have the 46 of Ray Polking starting 13th with the 80 car Rafael Rodriguez next to him in the 14th position. 15th is going to be the 53 of Thomas McBride and his outside, and 16th will be Patrick DeSalinier in the 93. Jason Day will be 17th in the 52 with Tyler Powers in the 45 and 18th position. 19th here, you're going to find the 19 car Dwayne Hunt, and his outside and 10th will be the 09 of William Kemp. Bradley the Coop Cooper, he's going to start 21st in the 25 car, and 84 Cody Blackmore will be in the 22nd position. Starting 23rd, race number 2 will be Jerry Cochran in the 72 car. And his outside is going to be Landon Cardulo in the 13 and 24th. Tommy Haynes, a bootlegger, is going to start the 17 and 25th. Charlie Woods in the 40 car will be 26th position. I'm going to get back to the front of the field up here a little bit as we go through the rest of the grid. 27th position will be Dylan Winters in the 37. Sorry about that, Dylan. 28th, the 85 of Jacob Zala. They're in. Jason Mola is going to bring it up the rear in the 31st position, and the pace car's in. And we're racing race number 2 at Atlanta Motor Speedway in our doubleheader tonight with the American Sim Racing League's Elite Series. A little bit shorter time to get through the grid, but we got through there okay. 73 car, your race leader, Joseph McWhorter, race winner in race number 1. He's trying his best to bring out the broom here. But he's got competition, the 24, the 9, heck, the rest of the field. You see Avila 63 getting a good start here in race number 2. 60 laps, so a little bit shorter than the first race. And I don't believe they can go the entire distance on a tank of fuel. They might fall a few laps short. And the 27 car, Steve Yenish, trying to power around the outside for the race lead. Oh, we got a caution flag. Oofed. Looks like we might have seen a big wreck, and one of the drivers in the top 5 earlier not going to get so lucky. Oh, we got some bent-up cars. I'm going to try to figure out what happened by getting a little farther up. Man, we have some tore-up race cars here early on. Oof, 1740. There's so many. 85 car, Zala in it. And it looked like maybe the 25 car just took a flight. You hate to see it. Yes. Ugh. So this one's really bad. To start race number 2 here, chase race number 2. So we got a few damaged race cars here early on. They're going to take it to the attention of their crew, and hopefully some of them can get it repaired and return to the race here tonight. Lap 4:59 right here at Atlanta. Caution flag number 1, so we got a quick one to start race number 2. Your leader, the 73 of Joseph McWhorter. Steve Yenish in a 27 car, P2, and in P3 is going to be the 9 of Adam Matz. Fourth place, 24 car, Bentley Glacier. And in fifth, the 63 of Johnny Avila. So that's your top 5 here on lap 4. And there's a shout out for the 23 car, Ben Park. And Ben just happens to be in the top 10. So we'll put the camera on that car right here for you, the 23 car. And my timing and scoring is in worse shape than I am. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's worse. Like, super worse. We're going to fix it there. Or fix it, though, and I'm right. The 23 is definitely in the top 10 there, in the 10th position. So thank you to all the viewers who've viewed Race 1 with us tonight, and all the viewers that are coming in for Race 2. We really appreciate it. And I know the drivers over here do, too. They like to come back and rewatch these races after it's over. And read the chat. I mean, that's what it's all about. You guys and gals in the chat, make it worth it. Means a lot to the drivers, for sure. And it gives me someone to chat with and communicate with during these races. Makes it a lot of fun. So I want to thank each and every one of you for that. Well, no issues with fuel this race, he says. All right, 2x2 up there. We getting lights off on the pace car. We might be ready to get going. And yes, the lights are off, so we're going to get ready for a restart. Oh, a 5. That looked like a pretty hard hit there, Chuck. It's the luck, man. Sometimes it's just the luck. Looked like you were strong in the first race for sure. So front row right there, 73 Joseph McWhorter, 27 Steve Yenish. We're pace, lights are out on that pace car, so we're getting ready for a restart. We're absolutely getting ready for a restart. Taking a look at those awesome paint jobs the pace car's in. So turn the speakers up loud, because we're going to go back to green flag racing right now with the American Sim Racing League. The Elite Series doubleheader here tonight, race number 2 at Atlanta, the new Atlanta Motor Speedway. So new configuration right here for these drivers. Different challenges, and I'll tell you, one of the drivers I've seen that has really shown speed here, that 9 car, Adam Matson, second. So we didn't see him up here in the top 2 or 3 battling before. But look at the outside line now. 63 car, Johnny Avila is going to jump to the top in front of the 27. You got Todd Cray sticking a nose in there with the 21 car. And we got a fight for the lead. Avila, I think, is going to clear him and take it, maybe. So Johnny Avila finishing second to the 73. He's up here battling early in this one, lap 7. And he looks like he got a good push down the back straightaway from the 27 car. And that's going to absolutely propel Avila 63 to the top spot. Outside line look like they're working together pretty good. And they're fast. 24, 27, and of course the 63 at the front of that line. Bottom side's the 73, 9, and 21 car. And the 73 trying to fight back on the bottom. He's strong, but he's going to lose the top 2 spots here and fall back battling for third. And look at the 27 car. He's going to take advantage of them getting up front, and he'll take the lead away from the 63. So he's like, all right, Johnny, I pushed you. Now guess what? I'm going to take it. And then, man, we're almost about ready. Ooh, look how close that is. Wow, 3 wide for the lead. 73, 63, 27, lap 9. 27's going to he's going to fade back a little bit right here. So goes from the lead back to about the 5th or 6th position. And the lead battle's back on, 73. Joseph McWhorter, 63. Johnny Avila. I think McWhorter needs the 9 car of Adam Matz up a little bit closer to his bumper here. Maybe give him a little bit of draft because down the back straightaway, that outside line's going to do it again. Yinish hasn't went away. He's back there, 3rd car back on the outside line now. You got the 24 Bentley Glacier and 2nd car back in the 63 of Johnny Avila. He's your leader again. So they're going to recycle a little bit on lap 11. We're going to go back to the top tickers. We're watching this lead battle. I'll take a look at it from the TV tower here. You see a different, lot darker surface here on the 2022 version. A lot smoother racetrack, so the cars aren't bouncing around as much. But it gets a lot flatter down here on the exit of 2. These drivers working down the back straightaway in the turns 3 here in Atlanta. And the draft, I believe, will come into effect more right here in race number 2 tonight. Battle for the top spot. 73 car. Well, he peeked his nose back up there again. But Avila in the 63, he's going to lead the lap. 73's fighting on the bottom. He won race number 1. He's trying to get the broom out and do the sweep here. And there's still a long way to go as he's going to take a bump from the 9 car of Adam Matz. You see Todd Craze 21, the 27 of Steve Yinish, 97. He's also in the picture. That's Levi Allen in the 97 car. So he's looking pretty good in the 8th position here. You see Rafael Rodriguez in the 80. In the top 10, 7 car, Hunter Waters. Then you see Gann in the 30 and the 89 of Jeff Yinish right behind him. And up front, things are changing a little bit. The 24 car's battling now with the 73 for 2nd. And the 24 car is, he might be wearing a bumper out on a Vila 63 car. Hopefully there's still bumper attached when they come out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, the 24 just knowing exactly what to do. The 9 car, though, going to give the 73 a little bit of a bump and maybe give them an advantage down here in 3 and 4. Will it be enough for the 73 to lead this lap? No. Avila, 63 car. He's still your race leader. So even though the 73 gets a little bump going into the corner, he's able to stick the nose out in front of him. But look at down this back straightaway, the push the 24 car gives to the 63. And that time the 9 wasn't able to give a bump to the 73 as well as the last time around. So inside, outside line, 2 wide. From the front to the back, mainly. A lot of drafting going on. Maybe as the tires wear, some of that will fall off. I don't know yet. We're going to have to wait and see. If we get lone green flag runs here, they have 1 extra set of tires for this 60-lap race. So likely you might see guys, if the caution falls right, try to split it at around lap 30. I don't know. Or how far can they go on fuel? He said it in my message that it might not be an issue in race number 2. So maybe they can stay out here on fuel for 60 laps, and then it becomes a tire game. And we're under caution number 2 right now. And I'm going to try to find how it happened and where it happened. And, of course, why it happened. So. Oof. That's going to affect a few cars. Yeah, Yeah, it looks like Cardullo right there in the 13, able to squeeze by. So we got a few cars damaged up in this one. One of them missing a front end there, and up front, your race leader. It's kind of reverse order of how we finish race number 1 here. Johnny Avila in the 63s leading it. 73 right there, Joseph McWhorter second, the 24, Bentley Glacier in third. But the change here is that 9 car, Adam Matz, super fast right here at Atlanta in race number 2. So just like race number 1, we should be okay on time right here. Depending on how the caution flags fall, but we are a third of the way through right now. Working lap 20 of 60. Under caution here, of course. And when you got the guys nose to tail, I mean bumper to bumper here. 2 rows deep, you know. Well, not 2 rows deep, but 2 wide for probably 12 rows deep. That's close quarters racing. And close quarters racing usually breeds cautions. Unfortunately. I mean, one wrong move and it can wad some cars up quickly here. And you hate to see it for these guys. Remember, no fast repairs. 1 extra set of tires. So it's not lap 30. But surely some people took advantage of it. 53's on pit road. 19, but they have damage. 51. 17, back on the track. He's some laps down here. 72, some laps down, so we've got some cars that have retired now. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them retired from the race, including the 75, the 40, 84, and 85. Have all retired their race cars for the evening. So 63 of Avila might be choosing the outside line right here. Lights are out on the pace car, so that means we're going to go back to green flag racing next time by. See the chat slowed down. Race number 2, not as chatty. Have to wake the viewers up out there. Double headers, so back-to-back broadcasts tonight with the American Sim Racing League. At Atlanta, we did Old Atlanta Motor Speedway for 75 laps. We're at the reconfigured 2022 version of Atlanta Motor Speedway for 60 laps in race number 2. And if you missed it, the 73 car right there, Joseph McWhorter, able to win race number 1 here tonight. Qualified on the front row in the P1 position for race number 2. So he's trying his best. He's trying his best to get the broom out, honestly. But I'll tell you, that 63 car, he put a lot of pressure on the 73 in race number 1. And he's doing the same thing here. 21 laps into race number 2. The pace car's in. Back to green flag racing with the American Sim Racing League's Elite Series. Eagles versus Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's kind of exactly what I expected. I know I didn't get to watch it because I had to broadcast, but that's that's exactly what I predicted. I kind of wanted to see Cincy go, but it's a tall order to get past the Chiefs where they played at. So it was just a tall order for him. 73 car going to power to the lead. 24 car is going to help him get there. That's going to put the 63 back to third. Different players now on the bottom versus the top. So the 63 has a 9 car of Adam Matz behind him now, where the 73 had him before. That's going to propel the 73 to the race lead, to 24 to second, and the 27 to third. 63 car, though, trying to get a push to get back up there. He's trying to get the outside line going again. You see him working past the 27 car, Yenish, trying to pull up on the 24 car again. 11 car, Seville. 21 car in the picture on that outside line. 97 car as well. Oh, 63. Goes to the high side, gets a little wide, and he might drop some spots here, but how many, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. He might be able to fall back in line behind the 97. Maybe he thought it wiser to get kind of behind a guy and maybe push a little bit to try to get an advantage, but 63 is going to drop some spots. The 73, though, Joseph McWhorter is going to hold on to the lead, but he's got a couple different cars up there battling. Oof. 7 car hit the apron a little bit, and I thought we were going to have an issue up towards the front, but he's able to save it. No harm, no foul. Side by side for the race lead, 73-24. Both cars behind these guys, though, the 27 and the 21, Steve Yenish and Todd Cray. Both these drivers, excellent race car drivers. Good with the draft here. So it's going to be a battle for sure. Across the start-finish line, 73 car, McWhorter's going to lead the lap. Steve Yenish is going to push him and power his way to second, but will Yenish go to the top side? He does. Can McWhorter run that line? No, he's going to get in front of the 27 and get the push here. Excellent piece of driving. He knew what was going to happen if he didn't get up there, and he did it. He did exactly what he needed to do here to lead the lap. And now the 27 again. This time the 73 is not going to get there. And the 27 is going to use the draft from the 24 car. And Steve Yenish is going to go to the front of the field. So battle for the lead. How many lead changes have we had so far? It says we've had 7. 7 lead changes. So far, we're 28 laps in. Battles the 73 and the 27. Eleven car. Tyler Seville behind the 73, 24 car. Bentley Glacier behind the 27. See Todd Cray in the 21, 9 car. Adam Matz, the 7 car. Hunter Waters, the 80 car of Rafael Rodriguez. 63 car, Johnny Avila hiding back there. He's not hiding. He's still inside the top 10, and this thing's not over. We're halfway through right now. 50% of the race down here, and let's start doing it through the field. This time, though, let's go with the onboard camera around Atlanta so you can take a look at the banking. And you're on board with your race leader. Actually, second place. See the 73 working around them as we do the in-car here. 27 car, Steve Yenish, your race leader right here, halfway through this event. Get on board with the guys battling. 73 car, race number 1's winner, Joseph McWhorter. Last week's winner as well. So the last 2 races that the American Sim Racing League have put on in the Elite Series, the 73 car, Joseph McWhorter, has been the winner. So now we're going to get on board with the driver of the 24 car, Bentley Glacier, and this is where it's going to get interesting. You'll see how much they lean on that car in front of them, and that makes the difference on who leads the lap and who doesn't. So you're on board with the third place car, and he's going to get Yenish all the way past the 73 basically until they get to the corner. And then this car right here is going to have effect. This is the 11 of Tyler Seville. So these positions are going to switch back and forth. You'll see third place, fourth place. It all depends on where the outside line's at. And typically it changes at the end of every straightaway. Todd Cray, 21 car, 5th position on board with him right now. He's on the outside line, right behind the 24 car. And Cray, he's got an effect here on the draft too, and man, that got close. Wow, what a wonderful place to see that on board of the 21 car. That was really, really close right there. Get on board now with the 80 car, Rafael Rodriguez, 6th position. Rafael having a great run in race number 2 so far. Right place at the right time towards the end of this thing, and you never know what's going to happen. There's the 24 car. We've been on board with him. He settled in 7th, and now we're going to go on board with the 30 car, Justin Gann, sitting in the 9th position. Go on board with Hunter Waters now in the 7 car, sitting in the 6th spot. Just trying to get all the drivers covered. We're going to do it quickly here. Now on board with the 9 car, Adam Matt, sitting in the 7th position. Love this camera view. These tracks with the banking like this is the best. Man, I think there's some 3 wide up in front of him. And he might get involved in that. I don't know. They're racing hard up here in the top 10. Oh. On board now with the 45 of Tyler Powers. This is inside the top 10. He's got Gann in front of him. Matt's there on the outside. You see the 24 up there? I mean, all these cars battling. Johnny Avila's 63 car. He's just outside the top 10 looking in. And you see the 13 of Landon Cardulo up there in front of him. We're going to jump on board with Cardulo because he's fought his way into the top 10 now. Good run for Landon as we go back and find Ben Park and go on board with the driver of the 23 car. Ben outside the top 10 looking in. And he's battling with this guy, 93 of Patrick DeSalinier. 12th and 13th position as they come across the line right here. And we're going to find the 52 car of Jason Day back in 15th. We're 15 back, and this is how it is. 2 by 2 all the way back. Get on board with Ray Polking in the 16th position. This driver, same battle, the 2 by 2 stuff going on. We find Jeff Yenish's 89 car in the mix back here, 17th position. Just trying to find drivers we haven't got to. Thomas McBride right here, 18th in the 53. And they're still 2 by 2 all the way to the front. William Kemp in the 09 car back in 19th position right now. Still 2 by 2 to the front. Levi Allen's 97 cars dropped back a little bit to the 20th spot. You have Dwayne Hunt in the 19 car back here, 21st, and in 22nd, the bootlegger Tommy Haynes, 2nd car in line. He is some laps down, though. Actually, he's behind the 72 of Cochran right there. And Cochran's behind him in position, though. Cochran's back in 23rd. That's Jerry Cochran III there in the 72. Gentleman Gary May right there, 24th in the 5 car, back on the track. You got Bradley the Coop Cooper here in the 25 car in 26th position. And then Dylan Winters in the 37 on pit road. And that's going to do it for your in-car, and you're through the field right here on lap with 20 laps to go. Take a look at why Gary May's back there. A lot of damage on the front of that 5 car. I think he was caught up in like the first caution flag. And we're going to get back to the front. 73 car, Joseph McWhorter. You might say he's putting a clinic on at this point. He is a race leader, but they're pretty racy behind a feller. 19 to go. 11 car, Tyler Seville. 21 car, Todd Cray. 7 car, Hunter Waters. 27 car, Steve Yenish. Your top 5. And where did Cray come from? I know Cray was racing around the top 5, but he's the lead car on the outside line now. And these guys are about to go 3 wide back here. Looking at the 24 car, the 9 car. Some of these guys, that racing's getting close, and it's getting really tight. Might have been the 89 working his way to the bottom line there. No, 30 car, actually. Now we're 3 wide, 89 and 63. Wow. 18 laps to go. The laps are winding down in race number 2. Joseph McWhorter has probably got the 73 car where he wants to finish. But the draft has taken effect. Todd Cray battling on the outside line, trying to get something going here with 17 to go. So some of these drivers that are outside of the top 10, we're at the point now, less than 20 to go, where if you got anything, you might want to start putting yourself in position for the end of this race. Atlanta's a 1.5 mile track, and the laps, when we're green flag racing, they click off pretty fast here. 73. Now the 27. Taking a look on the outside here. He's going to go out and battle for it up at the top. Tyler Seville, though, he's going to stick with the 73 car. So Yenish is going to go out and try something. You see the 5 car on the bottom, out of the way, lap car. Oh, I thought the 27 was going to drop back to the bottom end line, and he's loose. Going up the track and chasing it. Oh, trying to get with him here. He's going to lose some positions. Yenish is. The car got loose, and he chased it up the racetrack. And that's going to drop him back considerably. Meanwhile, back up front, same thing, no change. Look at the whole field here, maybe 18 cars. We'll see how many there is in the pack. 20. So there's 20 cars in this pack of cars right here. 73, Joseph McWhorter, your race leader. Tyler Seville in the 11 second, but look at the change in third. Hunter Waters in the 7 car. Rafael Rodriguez in the 80, having a great run here, race number 2. And these laps are clicking, they're just ticking away, and they're doing it fast. I told you they would. You go green. Ooh, 21 car, Todd Cray, loose on the outside. So it looks like as these guys go on, this car might be getting loose on some of these drivers. Maybe that right rear's wearing out. And we knew that tires could be an issue in race number 2 right here. And there's 13 laps to go, and if they're leaning on that right rear that hard where this car's getting loose, this might be an interesting finish. 7 car, 21 car, side by side for that third position. Your first 2, the 73 and the 11, they're not challenged right now. The 11 is staying right with the 73 car. The laps are ticking away. 12 laps to go now. Todd Cray, 21 car, trying to fight his way up there on the outside line. He's got the 24 behind him. We know the 24 is one of those drivers that'll push. When he gets to his bumper, he's going to give him a push. He'll shove him up there. And you see the 21's going to get back to the 3rd spot. But, man, if this car starts handling ill, you might get a push and loosen the car in front of you up. You give a push and loosen that guy up, you might all be in trouble. Tires are starting to wear now as they got 50 laps on this set of tires right here. They're on the original set of tires, 11 laps to go. So the laps are winding down, and they're doing it quickly here in race number 2 of the doubleheader at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Todd Cray getting help from the 24. They're finally going to get there. This lead battle might heat up pretty quickly. We got a car loosened on the bottom of the apron. This is close quarters racing at Atlanta Motor Speedway. the virtual Atlanta Motor Speedway. 73 car, Joseph McWhorter. 11 car, Tyler Seville. 21 car, Todd Cray. 7 car, Hunter Waters, and the 24 Bentley Glacier. That's your top 5 right now with 10 to go. 9 laps to go. Laps ticking away here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 60-lap race in race number 2. And the battle has been on since they dropped the green flag. Outside line, though, trying to put something together. They're trying to get hooked up, use the momentum. 21 car, Todd Cray, trying to hang on with a little side draft there, it looked like. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. That outside line has looked pretty stout, and if they stick together, running that close together, that might be the place to be, but the 21's pulling up next to the 73 now, or at least trying to. Down the back straightaway, he's going to get a good push from the 24 car. Not quite enough. Bottom line, a little bit of an advantage, but look at that side draft working for the 21. He's going to get side by side. Is it going to be enough to lead the lap? No. McWhorter going to lead another one. 8-7 to go. These things are ticking down, and man, we got a barn burner in race number 2. I don't know who's going to win it. You probably don't know who's going to win it, but we're about 6.5 laps away from finding out exactly who's going to win it. Man, that 21's so good in the center of the corner. Able to hold on to 73 car, though. He's just so good at Atlanta tonight. He's, I'll guarantee you that guy's holding on to a broom. And he wants to break it out here with 5.5 to go. Talking to 30 car. Big trouble. And that's a caution. So I caught it out of the corner of my eye. I don't know what happened. But we're going to back up and find it, and we're in about the 14th position, it looks like. And the wreck is on. Going to affect a few cars there. 5309. 30. Little bit of damage here. Don't know how severe it is for some of these guys. But that's going to be your... It's going to be the caution here, race number 2 with 5 to go. That might change some things. You got a set of tires in the pit, 56 laps on your tires here. Who's going to go down and take them? We'll see that one more time there. That's the last time we're going to look at it, though, because we got to get to the front of the field. Oh, pit road's busy. Some of the guys might stay out, though. 21 car stays out. 11 car, he stays out. 24 car stays out. 9 car, he stays out. 7 car stays out. 63 car stays out. 80 car stays out. You have a lot of guys that stayed out. Your race leader, though, Joseph McWhorter, is on pit road in the 73 car. So we're going to come up to a green-white checker, and I told you. I didn't know who was going to pit, but I can tell you what, those top 2 pitted, and those other guys said no thank you. So McWhorter's going to restart around the 14th position on fresh tires, and he's only going to have a few laps to get it done. Dude, we got a barn burner in race number 2. If this don't excite you, check yourself. Make sure you got a pulse. Because I assure you it's gonna excite you pretty quickly. In fact, you have 13 cars that stayed out with 57. I'll repeat that. 57 laps on their tires. And then you have 14th position, 15th, 16th. These guys are all on the lead lap here. 09, 93, 97, all these guys have taken tires. So roughly maybe half the field took tires. And you got a lot of cars that stayed out. A little bit of strategy, no doubt. And I know what the 21 and some of these guys are banking on. They're banking on the 73 and them getting held up because they're restarting so deep in the field. I don't know if it is enough time to get back up to the front. That's exactly what I'm thinking. And I mean, Atlanta Motor Speedway is only so wide, so you're going to have a lot better tires and be much faster, but where can you pass is a question. That's a lot of cars to get around. He would have to pick off about 7 cars a lap. It's going to be tough to do. You got the 21 of Todd Cray restarting P1, 11-car Tyler Seville, 24-car Bentley Glacier, 9-car Adam Matt, 7-car Hunter Waters. Top 5, but don't miss out, 63, Johnny Avila. He's right outside of the top 5. The 80 of Rafael Rodriguez. He's been solid in this race, and he's there. We got a green-white checker to sort it out. Race number 2 at Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. Pace cars in. Will it be for the last time, though? I don't know. We might see another green-white checker, or we might not. The race is back on. 2 to go when they cross the line. So if they take the white flag, there will not be a reset. 21 of Todd Cray, your race leader. 24 Bentley Glacier. Back in second. We're going to keep an eye on that first car that pitted. He's in a 3-wide battle back here, but he's got fresh tires. So let's see how much better the fresh tires work for that driver. As he is running around the 12th position now. Meanwhile, there's a whole bunch of them, and there won't be another green-white checker. White flag's out, and Craig got a push and got loose going into the turn. Wow. This is close racing right here. 21 car. He's got help from the 24. 11 cars trying to get there on the outside with help from the 9. 9 car a push from the 63, and they're wrecking. This is going to do it right here. 24 is going to try to make a run at the end, but no, Todd Cray in the 21 car is going to hold them off here. Race number 2. So the 73 pitted and barely made it back to the top 10. Looked like he might have got caught up in that last one there. So wrecking at the end is going to take some of those drivers to the back. They're not going to have as good of a finish, and we're going to go back and take a look at that. And right here, 73 got hooked as well, 89 car. So a lot of cars on this last lap. Wow, look at that 9, spinning like a helicopter, literally. So no broom tonight. As Todd Cray in the 21 car is going to break up that party. And Todd Cray, one of the favorites in race number 1, gets it done in race number 2. A little bit of strategy at the end, staying out, but it worked out for the driver. And we have a winner of race number 2, so we'll have some interviews coming up here. What a finish. I mean, what a finish. It was as exciting as last week. I told you it was going to be a barn burner. Just hang on to your seat. And these guys, they did not disappoint. Man, what a show they put on tonight here. Double header at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We got to see the 2008 version of Atlanta and Joseph McWhorter win. And then McWhorter leading a lot of laps in the doubleheader at the new Atlanta. But with a late pit stop, he elected to get tires and had to restart 14th. And that pretty much sealed the deal here. But Todd Cray, he had to hang on throughout a green-white checker, and he did it flawlessly. And he's going to burn it down right here, Todd is. And I'm going to go look for Todd Cray. I'm going to look for Todd in the Discord so we can get an interview with our race winner, but I don't see him yet. Todd Gray burning it down out there. But I got to get the guy in Discord if I'm going to do post-race interview with him. So, Todd Gray, if you're tuned in, man, jump in Discord here. Let's get your interview going. So we'll take a look through here again. So I still don't see our race winner. So I'm waiting a couple minutes here. We're trying to get our race winner in here for an interview. So if any of you could reach out to him and tell him to please get in the Discord, we'll get that interview underway. If not, I'm going to give him about 30 more seconds here, and I'm going to move on, and we're going to go to the second. There he is. We got him. Todd Craver and Bradley up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, Ryan, how you doing, buddy?
Man, you broke up that 73 breaking out the broom tonight.
Yeah, he was there, man. Kind of made him trying to make him think I was going to pit there anyway, and wasn't sure if he was going to bite on it or not. And yeah, luckily he was fast all night, so it was going to be tough to beat. But we had a little run there on the outside. It was going to be interesting to see if we got the push we needed to come to the finish, but didn't come to that. So
yeah, it looked
that was
like
some crazy.
Looked like you had a couple fast guys that decided to pit there.
Yeah. I mean, normally I like taking tires, but I mean, right there, we're going to have 2 to go. So many guys in the race and just so hard to pass. Not a lot of room, so even with tires, you're still going to have to give way and wait. And, it's just not like one of those tracks where you just drive by everybody. So, 6 or 7 to go, probably would have followed them in, but 2 to go, we rolled the dice and, we needed to get a win here. We needed to get a win here and, so that's what we were trying to go for.
Well, it worked for you, man, and you're right. I mean, whatever the leader does, most of the rest of the field will do the opposite. So if the leader goes to pit road, they'll stay out. Had the leader stayed out, all of you guys would have been on pit road.
Yeah, I pretty much have my mind made up at 2 to go, though. I mean, like I said, 5 to go, a whole different story.
Right.
But 2 to go, I was just willing to roll the dice either way. I actually was hoping he was going to go in so we could pull that off. If he stayed out, it was going to make it a lot tougher to win. But, that's the way it goes. Sometimes you make the right decision, which with tires, and sometimes I don't make those right decisions. So, but cool
you
night
did
to
it
win.
Tonight.
Struggled in the first race and glad to come in and pull it out.
Yeah, I'll tell you, though, you look like you got the 21 car up towards the front a couple times in race number 1, but you had it up towards the front the whole race tonight.
Yeah. First race there was I wore that right rear out without a question, and just didn't have enough laps on my tires in practice to realize where it was going. So learned a hard lesson there, and here just adjust a little brake, and it was getting loose there. I'll be honest with you. A few times, the guys were real lenient behind me. I think Bentley there, I appreciate him, and I think Steve might have been behind me a couple times. Yeah, I got loose, and they're real good drivers, so they could have they could have hit me there a couple times and didn't. So that's much appreciated and goes a long way, and certainly I'll repay that to them sometime.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You guys put on a great race out there, especially on that green-white checker at the end. And no doubt that it looked like it was pretty nerve-wracking racing for 60 laps.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's why I made a couple moves myself. A couple guys got a little out of it and made a 3 wide, I think, with Johnny. I mean, might have even been Steve, might have even been with Bentley, and they were getting a little loose, and I would take that spot because, man, he just couldn't. There was just no way to get it. So I wasn't going to push it too hard, but once the hole opens up, we needed to make a move to the front, and some nights it just all works out for you, and happy for that.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure having the right car lined up behind you what made a ton
Yeah.
of difference too.
Yeah, we had a little contact there. I believe they were
I
going
seen
into
the
one
car
on the
get
last lap.
loose.
Yeah, had a little contact. I didn't know where Bentley what his plan was, so I was trying to put a little block on him there, but not too much. But yeah, it was cool that he didn't make any crazy moves, drove it clean. He's a fast guy, gets some wins, so it's cool to get the win.
Well, congratulations, man, on the doubleheader race number 2 win here tonight.
Yeah, man, much needed.
Good night for the 21 driver of the 21 car. So
Yeah,
super
we'll take
congrats to you, Todd.
it. Appreciate it.
It's been a while. I think since I interviewed you as the winner, right?
Yeah, I've been struggling.
So
Bad
you're
luck.
able to get the monkey off your back here, a little bit of a confidence boost builder, maybe.
Yeah. Missed last week with the road course, and I'm not sure where we're at next, but yeah, definitely got to get some momentum going here, and we know we can run with the guys. We just got to put a little time in, get some testing in, knowing what the car is going to do. So many laps in, can't run against this quality of field, and just wing it, and that's some of our problem this season so far. So now with the win here, it's going to propel me to get back to the nitty gritty and grind it out and know my pitch strategy, know the tire wear, working with my team there at Assassins with Pat and Justin and Benson and good group of guys there. So excited to be with them and yeah, man.
Well, it looks like you're headed to the short track next week, Lucas Oil.
Hey, the shorter the better for T. Cray. So super glad to hear that. Yeah, anytime we get to a short track, the 21, usually
Going to be
rises
one to
the
contend
top.
with for sure.
I hope so. I mean, like I said, you got a lot of guys to contend with here. So, top
tough
10,
competition, man.
yeah, it is. Top 10 is tough. So, but if I get in there and, I'm a short track guy. So, yeah, if we can put a little time in and, things got to work your way. You got to stay out of trouble. You got to watch the tires. If you don't take them or you do take them, there's a lot that goes into winning these races. So, yeah, who knows? But we should be fast.
Well, you pulled it off tonight, man. I always wish you luck week in and week out, Todd. And do you have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth here tonight?
Yeah, we'll keep it short. I know cousin Jess is watching. She's been waiting for a win.
Week
here
in
on,
and week out, buddy. She's always
week in
there.
and week out. She's here, and so yeah, it's been a while. So shout out to Jess and her dog Trixie's always watching with her. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
we'll leave it with that. Keep it short tonight. Appreciate her watching and other fans from New Jersey checking in every once in a while. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Appreciate what you guys do. Calling the race, awesome. Pets in Paradise, Kitty Cat Coin. That's about it.
Well, good deal, man. Congratulations. Go celebrate that thing and celebrate that win, and we'll see you next week at Lucas.
Yeah.
And might have you back here again for a winter interview.
Hey, if we can keep this momentum, like I said, get the high side rolling down there probably, and see how it goes. I'll be shooting for it.
All right, Todd. Good luck to you, man.
All right.
We'll talk
Appreciate
to you
it.
later. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
So Todd Cray right there, your race winner. Great interview. Always like talking to Todd. So we'll close that out. We're going to find our driver in second place, and I might have to rewind this a little bit more to be able to find my second place driver. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. We'll just keep it rewinding. What the heck? And we'll pull Bentley up here. Bentley. I'm going to try to pronounce your last name, but I'm probably butchering it the whole time. I say it's Glaser. What is it? Glazer. We'll go with Glazer. I like it better. How's that?
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever one you like best.
We'll do Glazer. That'll work fine. Second place tonight, and you were very instrumental in helping that 21 car at the end. What was your plan there? Did you have a plan on that green-white checker after you stayed out?
Just to push Todd as best I could. I was pretty good pushing all night, and except for I got him loose there going into one on the last lap. But it worked out. I was happy to push Todd. the bottom line, the leader is so dominant at this track, but if you had a good pusher, 3 good guys on the top line, you could make it work for a drag race at the end. But yeah, just planned on pushing. I didn't really see a way to beat him there.
Well, I noticed at the end that you jumped out and you tried to make something happen. But I mean, at that point, did you know that it was probably too late for you, Bentley?
Yeah, it was just a Hail Mary. I didn't know the rule on cutting the apron, if we could do it, on the last lap or not. And I thought about it, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't. That might have helped, but
Well,
I'm very happy to say.
We heard from the race winner, and he said that when that caution came out, late in the race where it's going to put you to a green-white checker, that he had already made the conscious decision he was staying out. So were you already there? Or did you kind of wait to see what the 73 did?
I was there. I didn't think if everybody pitted and just me and Todd stayed out, that'd been really bad. But I felt like the cars were handling pretty good. They're a little loose, but not enough. And this place is so narrow that you can't really go anywhere. So track position was big.
Yeah, and you look like you had pretty good track position tonight. You had the 24 car battling for 60 laps there up in the front. So
yeah, we were trying.
Good night.
I hope to get a win in these. I've won in every season in this league except for when we do the B car. So I'm really hoping I can get another one.
So what do you think it takes to win one of these things here on the 2022 Atlanta surface? Is it positioning?
Here, position. Yeah, I would have, the leader on the inside, he's pretty much got it made unless, you get jumbled up on the bottom and then the outside gets run at the end. But for the most part, we'd get a run, we'd pass him, then he'd be right back there because, the car handles so well that it's just the shortest way around. Yeah.
So did you learn anything in race number 1 that you were able to carry with you on race number 2 here?
Not in this track. They're pretty different, but I definitely used the wrong steering ratio, and I won't do that again.
Yeah, that's never good.
No. I was like 10% on my right front at the end of that last race.
Yeah, and I'm taking a look back to the spring of 2022 in the trucks, and you won on the old circuit here at American Sim Racing League before, right?
Yeah, I'm win a lot in the trucks in the next gen car, but the B car, I don't know what it is. I've never figured it out.
Well, you're getting close, man. You fell one short tonight, so you're definitely getting close to figuring it out, Bentley. And kind of like the 73 with the confidence that he got after that win. I think maybe if you break a win out, that might open the door for some more.
Definitely. Hopefully the schedule is pretty good. I don't know what's coming.
You got Lucas Oil next on your.
Oh no,
So
that'll be rough. We'll be up there, I hope.
You got to hone in them short track skills, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Bentley, great night for the 24 car tonight and that whole team. And do you have anyone you want to thank while I got you in the broadcast booth?
Thank you for broadcasting. You do a great job, and I love watching them. Thanks to American Sim Racing League, and thanks to Charlie Woods, Fred Williams, and everybody at OGR.
Well, that's awesome, man, and the fans love watching these things, and you were able to put on a show there. Even jumping out at the end there and giving it a shot, Bentley. That's what it's all about, buddy. So congrats on that second place. Carry the momentum into next week. And the rest of the season, man. Go get them.
Oh, yeah, we'll try.
All right, Bentley. Good talking to you, buddy, and I won't butcher your name no more.
Oh, I don't mind at all.
Oh, I do. I want to be able to get them right, and I think I'd been close, and I was, so we'll just stay with Glacier. I like that better.
Sounds good.
Makes it easier for me. So, Bentley, good luck to you, buddy. Enjoy that top 2 finish, and we'll talk to you later on.
Yep, thank you. See ya.
Yeah, and thanks for coming into the booth tonight.
You bet.
All right, so that was our second place finisher, and now I'm going to go try to find our third place finisher here. Get a different camera view. Maybe. I don't know. There we go. That's a different camera. We'll call that a different one. So we'll try to find Hunter. Oh no, is he not in here? So I'm looking for Hunter Waters in the 7 in Discord. And I don't see him. So Hunter may have had to step out. We'll give him a few minutes, though. I got some other stuff to do in the booth, so I'm going to give Hunter Waters a few minutes here to get in the Discord. I know we're getting pretty late here at 10:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Doubleheader tonight, so a great one. If you missed it, that's why it's broadcast, so you can go back and watch it. So make sure you do that. I'm gonna wait for Hunter and see if we can get him into the broadcast booth for his interview. But if I can't, then we're just gonna move on with the results and thank yous and stuff like that. So I'm just scrolling through the Discord. It looks like he's online. So, yeah, we'll just wait. We'll wait a few minutes. We'll go ahead and do the results for you right here while we're waiting. Well, let's get the in-car out and let's go with the results. All right, your race winner on the recap, the 21 car Todd Cray. Finishing second tonight was Bentley Glazer in the 24 car. 7 car Hunter Waters, that's right, top 3. Third place. Fourth place was the 80 of Rafael Rodriguez. Finishing 5th tonight, Tyler Seville in the 11 car. Great run for that 11. Ben Park able to bring that 23 car up to the 6th position. In 7th, Justin Gann in the 30. Back in 8th, Tyler Powers powered the 45 car in the top 10 to the 8th place finish. Jason Days, 52, he found 9. And in 10th place, the guy that won race number 1 here tonight and looked to be headed for the sweep. That was the 73 car, Joseph McWhorter, finishing 10th. 11th tonight, Ray Polking in the 46. Steve Yanish's 27 and 12th. And then 13th, the 09 of William Kemp. Finishing 14th tonight, 53, Thomas McBride. And back in 15th, that was Dwayne Hunt in a 19 car. 16th here, race number 2, the 89 of Jeff Yenish. The 9 car Adam Matz, he ran up front all night, finishing in 17th position. 18th, another car that was up towards the front all night was Johnny Avila in the 63 car. And in 19th was the 97 of Levi Allen. Landon Cardullo, he brought the 13 home in 20th. Next page, the 21st position, Patrick DeSalinier in a 93. Jerry Cochran, 72, was 22nd. 23rd was the 5 of Gary May. And in 24th, the 17, Tommy Haynes. Jason Mullis in the 51 was 25th. And Bradley the Coop Cooper, 26th position in the 25 car. 27th was the 37 and Dylan Winters. And in 28th, Cody Blackmore in the 84 car. 29th was 85 of Jacob Zala. And in 30th was Charlie Woods in the 40 car. 31st tonight, Chuck Sweeting in his first start. Second start, actually, because Sweeting was in race number 1. Driver of the 75 car in the top 5 in race number 1. Bad luck, though, to start race number 2. He's going to bring up the rear of the field in the 31st position. And that's it for your results here tonight. And I'm going to make one more search through Discord. So we're going to start here and work down, and we're going to look for the third place finisher. And we got all the results done, and I still don't see him here. So the results are done. All of that's done. And I don't see him back in the booth. So I think we're going to go ahead and start closing things out here. Next week. Oh, actually, there he is. He made it. So we lucked out. Hunter Waters, Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. Hear you loud and
Man,
clear.
I looked for you and I couldn't find you.
Sorry, yeah, we were up in the admin going through all the incidents of the past 2 races.
Yep, I knew you were one of the ones involved in that, and I was wondering if that was kind of
Yeah, I
what
was
was
hiding
going
from
on.
you.
Yeah, it's okay. Top three tonight, though. Solid night for that 7 car.
Yeah, a little annoying at that track. Really difficult to pass or try to make a pass just because of how tight everybody kind of runs one another, and there's not really room to do anything. So I was just on the bottom and just kind of early committed because I just need points. I was like, just don't try to pass anybody, ride the bottom, avoid the wrecks, gives you the room, and see where you wind up. And it ended up getting me third at the end, so I'll take it.
How important was the car behind you tonight?
It was definitely pretty important. I think it would have been more important if you were in the first row or two. I think further back in the pack with the side draft and just the whole group of cars around you, it was maybe lesser of an
You're probably
effect.
checking up a
Um,
lot more back there.
yeah, yeah, but if you were in the first row or two, having a strong car behind you, in the early to mid points of the run was important. Later on too, I don't know if any of the other two guys talked about it, but the handling of the car really kind of went away at the last maybe 15 laps or however long it was.
Did the
You
right
could get really
rear
loose.
wear out on it?
It definitely got worse throughout a run. I think all the cars around you, and if a car got really close to your spoiler, took the air off of it, it would get you really loose. And I thought I had burnt my right rear up, getting loose a couple of times because of that. But if you could control it and kind of get a little bit of an arc in, or at least right in the bottom, it felt like you could at least control it. But you definitely had to pay attention to it.
Well, and that leads me to my next question. Did the car get better? Was it not so loose on the green white checker at the end there?
I mean, it was okay. You just didn't have the speed buildup that you had in other runs, and it wasn't all the cars around you. I honestly thought that we had the cars who stayed out had made the wrong decision. I was one of them, but I just stayed out because I thought I had to. But luckily, we kind of were able to stay up front. I know Tyler got a little loose on the outside. It seemed like if you were running the outside in 3 and 4, especially, could be a bobble. Um, just kind of destroy all the momentum. I don't really know. I didn't really get a chance to ride up there on older tires, but I was just lucky to be on the bottom at the end and on that green white checker just stayed kind of tucked up, used the draft, try to get a run down the back straight away and through 3 and 4 and ride the back bumper into third place really.
Yeah, and it really looked like it really looked like to me that towards the end of that before that caution, I definitely seen some guys struggling and getting loose. So
Yeah, I think Todd even mentioned in the post chat race or the post race chat that he was pretty was apologizing for getting pretty loose in front of a couple of people at a couple different times. So I know he was up front, and I'm imagining that if you were up front, it probably had a bit of a more of an exaggerated effect on the front tires as well as the rear tires. So
right.
I'm sure his car was definitely a handful.
I think I even seen the 27 chase it up the track one time.
Yeah, on the outside, that's one I definitely know because I think Todd was maybe able to take advantage of that and pass him in that instance. Kind of helped establish his track position there for the end of it. But yeah, Steve, I mean, obviously he's a very strong driver, and for him to have a little bobble and go up on a track that resembles a super speedway, really kind of tells you all you need to know on how difficult it really is to hold the speed in these things.
Right. Do you think? Did you think there was any shot at it on that last green white checker, or is it too hard to pass?
I mean, it was really hard to pass. You never know with the bump draft and how unstable a car could be. I definitely think if Bentley or myself wanted to kind of be a bit more aggressive and possibly, it ended up wrecking somebody probably with how kind of unstable the cars were at the end, and that's why
Right.
we weren't doing that. But anything could have happened. I'm glad that it was a pretty clean finish, at least from my rowing up. I know in my rearview mirror, I kind of saw looked like one car got caught up in a tornado and thrown up into the sky and just disappeared. So
Yeah,
it
I
was a
saw the
pretty,
twister. I
yeah.
definitely did, and I'm pretty sure it was the 9 car that went for that ride, and it was a crazy one.
Yes, yes. Adam, unfortunately, has seemed to have had some bad lucks in some of those big super speedway wrecks before.
Yeah,
So,
he was having a good
he's
run
not
in
a
race number 2 too. I mean,
yes. Yeah, it's unfortunate for him. Like I say, he definitely he was pretty strong tonight as well. So I'm sure just that's the thing in these cars, just the wrong little bobble in the wrong moment, and obviously catastrophe can kind of
It
take
can
over
follow.
for
Yep.
everybody. Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you, you guys run a doubleheader here at Atlanta tonight, and in two races, handful of cautions, throughout both of them. So I would say in race number 2, with how close the racing was, that was very impressive, Hunter.
Oh yeah, I definitely think that, we're pretty proud. We've been able to have a good, I don't know what exactly the car count was for, both of the races, but we've been able to have healthy fields and we've had some pretty clean racing for the most part. I know, there's been a couple of incidents. I was involved in a late race one earlier in the season up towards the front and there's been a few, but for the most part, I think we've had a really good introduction for a lot of guys. I think, hopefully they've have a good opinion of all the guys, all the hard work that kind of goes into this, and everybody kind of treating each other with some respect, and being able to put on a good entertaining race to watch back and a good entertaining race to be a part of.
Well, it's working out because you still got guys knocking on the door week in and week out. I see good drivers starting over here, and tonight was no exception to that. So you're doing it
Yeah.
right. You're doing something right for sure.
Oh yeah, Joseph McCorder, Steve, Todd, Johnny, Adam, Dwayne Hunt, he's fast. There's probably 10 guys I'm
Oh, you got
forgetting.
fast
Tyler
guys
Seville.
over
So
here.
it's the top 10 in points. That's what, tonight, like I say, I was. You're never happy to finish, third and seventh necessarily. It's okay, but for points purposes and everything else, with how competitive it's been, you just gotta take advantage of everything that you can. And there were no stage points tonight that were available, so
Right.
just focusing on a good finish was really a big thing. And with some of the incidents that did happen in the races, some of the guys that, are pretty fast and competitive did kind of, get a setback. So, it's just important to always try to, get every single point that you can, perform as well as you can, and, not really give up or, just always keep yourself put in the right position.
So I think my next question for you is, how good are you on the short tracks?
Definitely not very good. I don't know. What is the next race for us?
Lucas Oil.
Oh yeah, that is yeah. I'll be looking forward to just have that one be over with. Right, my initial thought being, I'm sure that there will be some other people who kind of share the same opinion as me, and I'm sure there will be a couple wrecks. So my goal there will probably be if I can get a top 10, I'll be more than happy with that. If I can not crash my car, be involved in a wreck, that'll be the first thing, the first hurdle to take care of, and then then maybe try to pay attention to the finish line. But yeah, that one is we'll be glad to kind of get that one marked off the calendar for sure.
Well, you give me and the fans a double header of racing tonight, and it was super awesome, man.
Yeah,
Super
thank you.
awesome.
I appreciate everything, everybody coming together to put the league up, put the league together, put on a good show, for everybody and to be a part of one as well.
Yeah, and Hunter, do you have any last words? Anyone you want to thank before we finish this up tonight?
Yeah, just got to thank everybody in the league, obviously. Thank you, Vern, for putting on a good broadcast. I've really enjoyed, even though I haven't been there for the good finishes at the end of some of these races. I've really enjoyed the broadcast and everything. So, finally I'll have one I can go back and maybe enjoy a little bit. So, shout out to Adam, Jeff, and Pat, and all the guy, all the admins. They do a great job. Shout out to Johnny and Dylan both running the Hunter's Fried Pickle cars. Well, I wasn't expecting the Fried Pickle fleet to be catching fire this season, but I'll definitely take it. The free advertisement. So,
Well,
but
you
yeah, like
ride
I say,
that
just gotta
momentum
thank
when it
everybody that
hits,
does it.
man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll take the free advertisement all day long.
Good deal. Yeah, it just really good racing tonight. And a great run for you to get up in the top 3. I appreciate everything that the league does to stand behind me, and I'm just happy to be here, Hunter. I get to witness great racing, and I'm only showcasing the guys putting on a show. Yeah, and that's the entire field.
Well, that's a good team there is whenever everybody makes it feel like it's easy for one another. So that's our goal for both the racing, the broadcast, and watching it back. So
I'm pretty sure that's how it's supposed to be done.
yep, yep, I fully agree.
Hunter, thank you. Congrats on the top 3. Go celebrate it. I know you probably might have a little more admin work to do, so
Yep,
I'm not
yep,
going to
gonna
tie
go
you.
clock back in.
not going to tie you up anymore. And do you need me to move you to a certain channel, Yen Sport or somewhere? Or?
No, I'll find my way up there. Thank you very much, Vern. I appreciate it, and hopefully I'll talk to you in a couple weeks' time.
Man, that sounds great, Hunter. Have a great night, buddy, and enjoy that top 3.
Thank you, sir.
All right, third place finisher, Hunter Waters, and that's going to do it. It's late. 11 o'clock. Old guy's getting tired. Just kidding, but we are going to close it out. I want to thank everyone, each and everyone that tunes into the broadcast week in and week out. I know the drivers love coming back and reading your chat, and you were chatting it up pretty good here tonight throughout the doubleheader. And thank you for showing up to the doubleheader here tonight. I want to thank all the drivers, all the admins, everyone over here at the American Sim Racing League that trusts in the WFO week in and week out on the broadcasts, and we're going to continue to try to do the best we do up here in the booth for you. And for all the guys and gals that tune into this thing, for all the drivers, that's what it's all about. And hopefully showcase the field throughout the races enough where you can see your favorite driver. And always get drivers in, pre-race interviews and sometimes during cautions. Didn't do it so much on cautions tonight, though. Doubleheader race and things were happening fast with the cameras. So able to catch all the cautions, though. That's one thing. But other than that, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't liked the video for the drivers, and comment. Always comment in the live chat week in and week out. I will interact with you. Comment on the video if you want to. And we'll be at the short track, so a little bit different change next week on the short track of Lucas Oil. So you're not going to want to miss that next Sunday night, so you're going to want to get tuned in. And that's going to do it for me. Thank you. I want to thank the American Sim Racing League, all the American Sim Racing League sponsors, which is Kitty Cat Coin, Lowell Chevrolet and Buick, Butt Kicker, Splash and Go Graphics, Sim Racer Hub there, and NR powered by Nitro. So there you go. Thank you all, and I hope everyone has a good, safe Sunday night, and I guess it's back to work next week. So thanks for tuning in, and have a great night.